Welcome back, everyone. Another milestone, another wonderful game to look forward to. Something of the old times where Man United face Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. Of course, in years gone by, it was Highbury, but now their fortress is Emirates Stadium. And let's be honest, even though we did play well against Manchester City, won, got the 3 points, etc., this game certainly will be much more tougher. They are top of the log. They are doing well in the Champions League, being top of the log there as well. They are also vying for a Carabao Cup, potentially a FA Cup. So they are the team to beat, even though they're not the best team in terms of overall play, but they are getting what they need to do done. They're scoring goals. They are definitely scoring goals from set pieces, as we already know, and we did experience that at Old Trafford in the first game of the Premier League season, where we know what happened. A header at the far post, Bayender kind of flopped, and of course, the ball was put into the back of the net by Calafiori. But that is the past. And even in that game, we dominated Arsenal. We should have won that game. Everybody knows that. We've spoken about it in videos gone by. But this game certainly brings a different flavor, a different energy, because we have the energy and, of course, the confidence that we got from dominating Manchester City, destroying them at Old Trafford. And if you look at the Premier League table, the likes of City, Aston Villa to a certain degree, they are the only teams that are looking to challenge Arsenal for the Premier League title this season. And even though we are not in our best moment, we are not in our best form, very, very inconsistent, Michael Carrick has brought something that has been missing at Manchester United for so many years after Sir Alex retired. I'm not saying that previous managers, especially the likes of Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ten Hag, etc., who won trophies during this tumultuous time, we have not been the way we were when we played against Manchester City. And I certainly looked at this game against Arsenal with a bit of optimism, because we're going to have to apply the same blueprint. We are going to have to remain defensively compact, close those passing lines, be aggressive, be in their faces, and press at the right moments. And of course, when we do get the chance to counter, do it quickly, do it directly, and of course, do it fast, like we did against Manchester City. And we know against City, we had so much chances. It should have probably been 4-5-0 at that. So against Arsenal, why adopt a different strategy? There is only one particular tactic I do think that Michael Carrick will be applying for this game against Arsenal. I'll speak about that when I talk about the starting 11. But I do want to focus on Michael Carrick in terms of how he would look to approach this game. Because we know what style of football Arteta is going to play. A lot of people call him just a copycat of Pep Guardiola and his style of football. Obviously, he was working under Pep Guardiola at City for quite a number of years. So he certainly does have those traits in him in terms of the style of football. But it is the set pieces that is Arsenal's main focus and main goal threat. And that is where we have improved. Even under Ruben Amorim, we had very, very good set pieces in terms of defending it and in terms of scoring goals. We were at the time up there with Arsenal for the most set piece goals, in the Premier League. And we have improved in terms of defending set pieces. And having the likes of Harry Maguire back definitely does improve us in terms of defending set pieces. We don't have to talk about the threat that Maguire can be in an opponent's box. And of course, Lomans being very, very good in terms of claiming those high balls, punching the ball away when necessary, and being confident to, how can I say, command in his area. That definitely does help us in terms of defending set pieces. And against Arsenal, that is going to be a very, very key battle for us. Defending the set pieces that Arsenal will get, whether that be from corners or, of course, from free kicks outside of the area. So Michael Carrick needs to approach a similar concept in terms of his tactics as to how we defended off the ball against City. We must do the same against Arsenal. But it is at the set pieces and, of course, us going forward where I think a change will be made. Now, for me, the team that Michael Carrick will go with for Arsenal, there won't be too many changes, but there will be one. And of course, Lomans will be a goal. Mazraoui, especially after the AFCON, definitely, if he is fit and available, should start this game ahead of the low. Instantly improves our defense and our right back area, because Mazraoui is a right back. Firstly, before he came to United, that is what we signed him for. I know he can play as a right centre back, not so good as a right wing back, but as an out and out right back, Mazraoui is much more better than Delo and should start this game if fit and available. The back two is obviously going to be Maguire, and Martinez done well against Manchester City. And as I said earlier, for the set pieces, defending and of course trying to score, Harry Maguire will start alongside Martinez. Luke Shaw at left back, most likely that would be the obvious option right there. In midfield, you will have Casemiro and Mainu, of course Bruno in the 10. Casemiro did come out yesterday, made a video via the club as well. This will be his last season at United. He is going to leave at the end of the season once his contract expires. So I do expect him to be absolutely fired up for this game. And the players, of course, will not want to disappoint, especially them knowing he's one of the leaders, he's one of the most important players for Manchester United, and of course in the midfield against Manchester City, him, Mainu and Bruno were absolutely excellent as a midfield three, so I don't think there'll be any changes in midfield for that. Now for me, Dogu must continue on the left-hand side as the left winger, because he can provide the width, he can provide the pace on the counter, and of course can deliver those balls into the box for who I want, and I think Michael Carrick will start because of his height, because of his ability in the boxes. I think Sesko will be starting this game for Manchester United, because Michael Carrick will look at the threat that Arsenal pose from set pieces, and therefore more height from our side will definitely allow us to deal with those set pieces much better. Casemiro, we know, can defend and of course score. Sesko, his height as I just said, and Maguire of course, and Lomans as well when we are defending. Those are four tall players that can definitely defend set pieces for the likes of Gabriel, the likes of Saliba, Marino, etc. Gyökeres. There are players that Arsenal have that can score. Gabriel Jesus recently started scoring. So we must have tall players in order to compete with them at set pieces and defend well, and of course try and score. That is why I think Sesko will be starting this game for Michael Carrick. And of course Humbumo on the right hand side. That does give him options from the bench. Lacey will be back from suspension. You also will have Cunha and Ahmad as options from the bench as well. So that does give Michael Carrick options to play around with if he looks to change it in the second half, whether that be trying to keep the ball or of course keeping our foot on the gas, continually looking to attack, or play continuously on the counter attack. So that is my thoughts on this particular game. That is the preview, but I would like to say that this is an exciting game because we are going to go into the game with lots of confidence, and we must have optimism. We must look and think that we can go to the Emirates and get 3 points. We have done well there in recent seasons, and I think away from home we've also been quite good this season. So there is a lot of things, a lot of positives to look forward to. But if we go there and we put in a gutsy performance like we did against City, like we're supposed to do as Man United, and we still end up losing, we won't be complaining that much. But if there isn't any consistency, if we don't have a good performance, then maybe the questions will be start to be asked on Michael Carrick, on the players, etc., etc. But let's be in this optimism bubble and let's see exactly what happens against Arsenal. Have a wonderful weekend. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the game. Let me know who you think Michael Carrick will be starting, and of course your thoughts on him as the interim coach so far. As I said, have a wonderful weekend till we see each other again in the next one. Bye-bye, Red Devils. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.